let me know ASAP, because it told me I had to turn my phone the other way. And hey, hopefully the storms are better for her today. Yeah, so that's why I changed the topic, because I was not able to prep my Cricut to do fabric, because I've been just hunkering down working on stuff. So am I sideways? I just need to figure that out before. And can you guys see me and all things? Hey, Missy. Can you guys see me? All is good. Okay, cool. So I can just ignore that prompt then when it tells me. Okay, so today I decided to just do a live hangout and chat and catch up while I work on this blinged hot glue gun. I am bringing cordless hot glue guns to Pinners Conference, and I would like them to be blinged. How are the storms out there? They are fine today, kind of. So Northern California, we don't do storms, so I have no idea what to expect. And I know that storms are pretty unpredictable too, except for like weather stuff. But is that a duck? Wait, what is that? Wait, it's something. Oh, it's our cat. It's Lily. She was just like looking a different, she like was all balled up. She looked like a duck sitting out on a thing. But so yesterday I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden it got super windy. And the only thing in California when it gets wind, like right now I'm about to be sweating. It's so hot in here, and this room is not air conditioned, but I'm like, it's almost fall. It's going to be great in here in the fall time, but it is so hot outside. So yesterday when this big old gust of wind came through, I was like, oh no, it's going to be super windy. We need to like make sure we're watching the fire apps. And that's just a part of living in Northern California. We watch fire apps all the time. And actually we went to bed last night with their one being kind of close by. And I was like, what do we do if like we had to evacuate in the middle of the night? We've never had to evacuate yet. So one time our Airbnb guests did have to evacuate. They were in our spa, and the police officers had to come to our house to let them, or no, I think our cleaner, our Airbnb cleaner came, and she was like, hey guys, there's a fire, so you guys need to get out. But since we've lived up here, have not had to do that. So this big old gust of wind came through yesterday, and then I was like, man, it's gonna be crazy fire, because it's like supposed to be like 98 degrees. And then the gust just went away, and I was like, that was weird. And then 20 minutes later, everyone down in the valley was like, there was a tornado. So by tornado, I don't know what a typical tornado does, but it like ripped through where it ripped through only, and it was so small that it was like powerful enough to take out massive trees, but it was small enough that it only did like a tiny bit of damage. So but you could like clearly see its path, because there were like trees and poles just like taken out. So it did not affect us. But then later in the day, I had moved my live to 4 o'clock, and then sure enough, we got a storm warning at 4. And I was like, oh my goodness. Also, the summer I turned pretty, I put that on the thumbnail because I need something to unclog this. Anyways, I think I'll just have to get creative and use the other side of my bling tool, because I really need to get this done. So I did not watch last night's episode. I have not caught up. So I was like, I should not be opening up discussion about it until I at least watch the latest episode. But I can't with this show. It is like taken over everything. Hey, Jen. Hey, Missy. Hey, Sherry. How are you guys doing? I'll see most of you guys on Zoom later today. But I just wrote Monday's newsletter blurb, and I was like, I am actually insane, the amount of things that I'm working on right now. But you know what? Who cares? There's no better thing to be doing than working sometimes. Hi, Kevin and Penny. It's just Penny, right? Airy waves. Hi. Oh, hey, girl. The summer I turned pretty. So, okay. So I'm just going to talk about it up till not last night's episode. I don't know who watches it that is my regulars, but I started watching it and I did not realize it was like a new show. I just pick shows at random and then I'm like, I'll try this one. And so I had no idea that this was a show that's like currently coming out weekly. So I caught up and then I was like, where's the next episode? And Briley was like, it doesn't come out till Wednesday. And I was like, what do you mean Wednesday? What the heck? And so I'm getting caught up in this show and um I'm listening to it while I'm working mostly. I don't watch TV, I just listen to TV. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this show has so many 90s, 2000 reference Easter eggs. And now I need to go back and actually watch it because I didn't realize like that's actually the thing. There's tons people are picking up on that. I was like, am I crazy or is this show referencing a ton of old stuff? Hey, questions, do you still do your journals? Okay, so journal update. Right now, I don't have any of my own like things in production or designing. I am in a very transitional season. And this might be a long answer to this very simple question, which is no. But I just came across my Bujo like update video. I've been organizing videos, old videos and footage and stuff to do new content. And I was like, you know what? The little black Bujo was really cool concept. It wasn't exactly how I wanted it design wise, but the concept is cool. But I was really into planning before 2020. And after 2020, I just have not been in the same groove. Like, I look at like a 5-year goal plan sometimes and I'm like, I used to do that. I don't know. COVID, I think it just like, it, I don't know if it like traumatized my planning side of my brain, but like, I just, I was like, no plans. There are no plans. Like, what are plans? But all that to say, my hobby is planning, and I set my Dreambox center up as my planning station and my workstation and stuff. And I'm trying to fall back in love with it so that I can create more systems for other people. And I can't do that if I'm not actually using the systems myself. And so, but the Lord has been showing up over and over in this concept. I have been like, what is the point of this? Dave Ramsey's new book that I was reading, literally one of his biggest P's is planning. And then the Bible says a lot of things about planning and the importance of it. And so I've definitely had it in my mind as I think forward to now putting like more 5-year plans in place. Where does that stand? Does I want to make sure that whoever follows me or likes what I do has the ability to do those things. And I feel like I'm like BSing right now. Like I'm literally just beating around the bush, but this is the actual answer. Because I am doing everything slowly, strategically planned. I can't say that it would be anytime soon, but that's because I used to do things so fast that I never did them well enough so that they were super sustainable. Like things were sustainable, but not super sustainable. Does that make sense? Hey, Clarita. So all that to say, my brain is like 100% on thinking strategically. And so when I think about making a planner, I'm like, ooh, plan to make a planner. that hasn't, it's not in the works. I'll say that. Anyways, so my brain is on millions of things right now, and making a planner, I have no time in my life to do it right now, but it is definitely something that I cling to. Candace Cameron's saying, you can do everything, but you can't do everything right now. So while nothing is off the table, not everything's on the table right at this moment. And making a planner or releasing another planner is not on the table at the moment. While there's tons of other things. I'm digitizing in the car. Oh man, did you see my stories I posted of the guy sewing in his car? If that is not me in my 20s, like now I don't do that much. I don't like, but I'm trying to like work out my hustle. I'm trying to figure out like when is the hustle too much and when is it you're not pushing yourself hard enough, because I was thriving on the seasons when I'd be sewing in my car. And that video literally sparked me to think of CVX Live when I brought, no, was it VidCon or no, it was CVX Live, both of them really. I brought a ton of Mickey ears and I basically told the people who were helping me with the booth, I was like, we got to sell this many Mickey ears to pay off this booth. And I'll be working on them while we go in the car. And so I was sewing in the car. That video, literally, I was like, dude, that was me. I totally appreciate the hustle. And I'm trying to get back to that, but I'm also not. I don't want to pick up old habits that burnt me out. And those things did not burn me out. Those things actually fueled me and gave me life. So you take your time. Just know I would love to hear when you get back into it. You explained it perfectly. Okay, so I'm in planning. So if you ever want planning guides, tips, tricks, so I am literally waiting on my Laurel Denise planner. So we're partnered with Laurel Denise. She has a really hard name. And we get 10% off as members, but I've been waiting for her undated horizontal vertical planner to come out. And it finally came out. And no, it was not technically in my budget, but I was like, I have been waiting and this thing is going to sell out. And I've been wanting it since I first saw it. So that, I don't know how long it takes to ship, but I ordered it on Wednesday, so it's been a week. So I am using that planner right now, and well, I'm using a happy planner that has the spiral bound, because you guys know how I feel about the discs. They're garbage. I hate garbage, but no, I hate the disc planners. I cannot stand them. I think they just feel like a kindergarten planner. I'm sorry if you love them. I'm sorry. I'm very opinionated on the design of products. I won't judge a lot of things, but your food preferences and your planning preferences, I will judge hard. So I don't like the discs, but I am using a spiral bound one, and they only have dated ones, and I'm about to be done with it, and it's really not the most like practical for what I want to use for planning. Are you blinging? Yes, I am blinging the cordless Romek. So in the mystery box there you get the corded Romek, but I need these for pinners. And these, if you're watching this Hangout, the very few of you, we have 6 colors of these, and I'm releasing a kit. So you will get a jar and a matching gun to bling with some glue and things like that. So that will be coming out in the next couple weeks. I want to say days, because I want to jump on it right now. I want to list them, but we have some mystery boxes, and I'm actually splitting the mystery boxes up into smaller projects soon, so that I know there's not everyone who wants to do all of the projects in the box. So I did mention we'll be doing bonus boxes, and that's what I mean. There'll be smaller choices for you guys to pick from, but there will be bonus things like these. This one I'm blinging with Little Town. So basically, I want to release my mixes again, and the goal when we got rid of our products was to find someone else who sold mixes and bling. And by not having our mixes, we've realized after like 2 years of not having them that there was really something to these. And but I have like a very limited amount left, and I was like, I'm gonna liquidate them. Not liquidate them because they're still amazing, but I'm going to just clear out those so that I don't have to move product up here, and I can start a whole new round of what will Auntie Tay products look like. I need to quit the sizes stones I'm using. Okay, so one of the things you need to quit the size. No, you don't. Look it. This is a mixed. Yes, this is taking me longer, but this is a work of art, Barbara. I'm not selling this. I'm showing people how they can make their own work of art, and I'm also using these at pinners, and I think I need to put like an air tag on them or something, because I'm like, what if someone takes this? I may just use them for demos, and then put blank ones out so that, you know, for if we do a make and take. I might not even do a make and take at this event. I just have so much going on, and there's just so many things I need to be working on that I'm like, I may just go and teach a class and put up a booth that has like a giveaway, and I'm not in it all the time. I'm using the baby size. I know you're using the baby size, so I am too, but I'm mixing in, like, there are SS3s in there, but like it's definitely scattered. But that's the one thing I learned from Craft Day Con was people don't like doing this because it takes forever. But if you like doing it, or if you're just doing one project per mix you get, it is literally the prettiest way you can do bling. I will always, it just doesn't look manufactured. Like you could make a honeycomb pattern with like a with a template. Like you can't do this with a template. It's art, you know? And so that's where I'm at. The things I'm blinging, I am keeping and making for promos and demos and cool things, but I'm also going to inspire you guys to do your own if you want, because that's what I started this thing as. I am trying to get back to my roots of where did I begin my YouTube channel? And my YouTube channel began out of wanting to inspire you all to make creative, crazy, out of the box things that not everybody else has, and or something you can't afford to get, so you want to do it yourself. I'm going cross-eyed. Yeah, it's a lot. These little guys take a long time too. I didn't realize till I had Lindsay help me with the blue one, which you guys will see in CraftyCon. She worked on my blue one, and we did about the same amount, and I had been working on it a long time before her. So she's fast, but like it made me feel better. I was like, okay, even a professional blinger said this project takes a long time. I also might keep it two-toned and do just a white honeycomb on the white just to get these done, but I do really want them fully blinged. All I'm doing right now is working. So far, I have next Monday off, so hopefully that sticks and I can finally come to a meeting. Yes, we would love to have you. I hopefully after Craft Day Con, I don't know when my life will lighten up, but the rhythm I have going is good, and I do want to do like pop-ups or meet with my business members. The new course is about to hit, and so that will be easier for people to follow along the business stuff without having to come to the Zooms. But recorded Zooms will start soon too, and we'll be walking through our business course together, and so I'll be recording those and then reposting them. So there'll be like time for Hangout and chit chat and stuff after we do like the topic, kind of like what we did a long time ago. And so obviously like it is beneficial to come to those because you get to talk with other people and stuff. Have you been connecting on TikTok with each other? I don't know if that's been helpful for some. I know for some of you, but like I feel like that helps kind of make it more flexible for other times. We have something fun in the works. Yes, we do. Disney ears. That's another thing I want to bling is my Disney ears. So one thing in the Zooms, I don't like to bother you guys with the business stuff I'm struggling with, because I'm like, no, I'm here to help you guys with your business. But then I was like, you know what? I really need to like ask somebody what they think. So I can either do that in the Zooms or I can do that here. But for pinners, I am like kind of racking my brain on where to focus with what my booth should be. Should my booth be membership promo, or should my booth be like crafting and inspiration. But like the thing I've noticed when I do just like everything at the booth, nobody really knows what it is. They're like, this is so fun. This is so cool. But I have a really hard time explaining in person to people how it correlates to the membership. And so I'm trying to dumb it down a bit. So then the other option, which is kind of the route I'm going, is um, more of a photo booth opportunity. And I just DIY the whole booth really cool using files, and I can create content with that. Like I can actually film videos on how I did those parts, which will be beneficial for me regardless if I do a booth for just going into and being in, or a booth that is like selling. But when you're selling products or you're selling a make and take, the background becomes just kind of like a background. So I kind of want to make this like interactive experience so that when you come in, you're like inundated with products, projects that you could make, but I'm also limited on like how much space I can bring when I'm flying out there right now. So I have actually looked into like storage units in all of the Pinners locations because they've got like small ones for like $10 a month. And I was like, that could be worth it. So I think that would be really cool. And then I would just have to get everything from storage when I got there and then decorate or whatever. And I don't know. So I'm just like, this is like the real life side of trying something new with my business, is like, or my marketing, is trying to figure this out. But I don't know. So if you're somehow watching the replay of this and you found me at Pinners, let me know what we did and how we did and how well it went. But I do think the interactive part is cool. The thing I like about the booths is it kind of reminds me, which I win every year. So I've kind of felt bad because I'm like, I'm kind of in a different league than you guys, but I do our trunk or treat at church and I win the grand prize every time I do it. And I go all out. I decorate it, but it's not like a promo for my business. Like these little 3-year-olds are not going to be crafting, the stuff behind me. So while it's so fun and I love doing it, I'm like, I could be expending this time in October and I could just do a basic trunk, if I want to serve, but I could be expending this time on like actually marketing what I do in the right space with the right target audience. And it kind of reminds me of that. So I always do an interactive booth. I always go all out with like including people. So I think that's a big one. Is one of my sayings right now is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that's something that I'm trying to incorporate, is how do I work with others, and not necessarily like working for me, but like working with others in collaboration. And so have thoughts on that in the future for it. It'd be cool if you used your member made items for photo booths so they can see what they can do with your stuff. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Um and the correlation between the two gets really distracting when I do what I do best, which is just try to do it all. And I'm literally just being like, keep it simple, stupid, keep it simple, stupid. Like, don't overthink it. Don't do too much. But that's who I am. And that's what I want to do. And I'm like, we could do more. But I also need to realize like, this event comes around every year and I can grow. I don't need to start out with the biggest booth. I don't need to start out, like, humble beginnings are a real thing and they're important to do, and this is the beginning stages of me starting to do these conferences. And so trying not to do too much, and then it doesn't do anything serve me at all because nobody really understands. The make and takes do great. People are like, I don't know what it is, but your make and take's the best. And I'm like, well, that's because you're using like 1,000 of my files, like already printed out for you and cut for you. And we can just do so many things. And so that's why I'm like, ugh. But like Makerflow, and this is why maybe I'm like thinking like this, but Makerflow sets their booth up so that every single table is a different make and take, and they have someone demoing their make and takes at every single booth. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we could have paper crafting at one, and we could have laser crafting at another, and we could have sublimation at another. And it's just Like, yeah, but you can't. Not until you do the work to get yourself to that point where you can get a whole booth that size at an event. And then we just take over the whole event, and then it's just our event by the end of it, you know? That's my goal. No, I'm like, how do I buy all the booths? All the booths, please. Okay, I got a good amount. The hard part about this is you have to hold the gun, and so it gets hard to hold it when everything has rhinestones that are not dry yet. Also, I don't recommend this. My precision glue tip bottle is not unclogged. Anyone watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, or am I alone here? I know the whole world is watching it, so you guys should jump in and watch it. So yeah, I don't know. I'll keep it to TikTok then when I make my correlation, because there's just so many things that I'm like, do you see this? Do you see this? Like, who watched The Hills? Anybody? Did you guys watch The Hills? Because there's a lot of Hills correlation in it. Speaking of lasers, I just saw an ad for X Tool, and they're having an anniversary sale that's supposed to be their biggest sale. They say that about every time. I'm in their affiliate program, so I usually get an email when they're having a sale. And this is every product. Every product is the biggest sale they've had all year. And it's like, oh, really? It's the same sale we've had 2 weeks ago. But I do need to like stay up on recent product prices for those types of things, so I can actually tell you guys when a sale is their biggest sale of the year. Because honestly, sales are different depending on what you want, what you need. Sometimes they're like, oh, you get a free this. And I'm like, well, I don't really want the free that. I'd rather just not pay for it, you know? I'd rather save the money. But I'm not in the space to buy one right now, but I really want one. And I don't really want to make laser content. That's the problem. I do want to make laser content. I do. But I don't want to necessarily make laser educational, which is annoying because I literally have pinholed myself into this world of being a product researcher, educational person. And I'm like, when did this happen? When did that happen? It happened when I started doing it and realized that it's a great opportunity to do things, but it's not what I am. It's not who I am, and it's not what I've created. So after CraftDayCon, when I was re-watching the footage and I was editing the footage, I got this overwhelming confirmation that like I am scrappy crafty, and that's how I am. And my whole Instagram algorithm has changed, and I'm loving being on Instagram because it's all DIY clothing and DIY like scrappy crafting. And I'm like, that's who I am. These are my people. You want to be crafty, not reviewing product machines, right? Like, who wants to do that? I could set definitely don't put glue on that and play with your hair. You guys. That's going to be fun to get out. At least it's not epoxy, because I definitely have gotten epoxy in my hair, and sounds like me. Yeah, so, okay, but let me just tell you, it's a great opportunity to make money. At least just make sure it's straight, or like at least going with my hair flow so that it dries in that same spot. Holy moly, you guys. It is so hot in here. How do you guys handle humidity? It's like so humid. Anyways, so I'm also in sweatpants, so that could be part of it. Okay, don't touch my hair. This is why you wear your hair up when you craft too. So what was I even saying? Oh, okay. So there's great opportunity in doing machine reviews and all of that. And yeah, that's great. Like, I could do that all day long and make a ton of money. I probably would. And I don't want to do that. Why? Because it's not where I am passionate and gifted. And while that's worth it for both you and me, I could set aside, a month of my life to focus on that, get some of them done for the year, and then put those on the internet and have those done. I don't need to be living in that space constantly. Like, it's not that I can't do it. or shouldn't do it. It's just that I need to not constantly be taking, oh yeah, I'll take a machine. Oh yeah, I'll take a machine. And then I'm like, no, I'm over it. Because honestly, you guys are the ones getting these machines, and I want to be relatable to you guys. And honestly, you guys aren't going to have every single machine, nor should you. You should have one, maybe two, that serve you and your business and what you do. And then you can outsource because you'll be doing all the parts that you like doing. Okay. Dude, I've been on, I should have stood. I need to get a walking pad. Actually, an Amazon company just reached out and asked if I wanted to review a walking pad. And I was like, yeah, I do. But, you know, it's not really in my target audience. But maybe it is because my back hurts so bad right now because I've literally just been editing and working on our courses and organizing digital stuff. I'm on my computer all day. That may help my FOMO, LOL. Yeah, and I contribute to that. I'm sorry. It's hard to, and that's why I love to be honest, because I don't want to contribute, and you guys know this, I don't want to contribute to consumerism outside of what you need. If you need something, 100%. And so that's why, Jen, I hope you don't mind, I'm going to use you as a little bit of an example. Like I have Jen right here who is my business member, and she has all these machines and they're great, but she does not need all of them, and she does not have the time. None of us have the time to use all of our machines all the time. So using the machines that she has, we are highly focusing on her laser business because she has a laser and not everybody has one. And that's where it's like, are tools bad? No, absolutely not. But having all the tools that you don't use, bad. That's for everyone. That's for everyone. And I know that that's a lot of us, you know? So I actually have a whole pile of stuff I gotta sell from the studio that I don't ever use because I'm like, I'm never gonna use 5 Cricuts. Like, I have them all and I don't need them all. I need like the latest one and that's it, or 2 maybe. Like, do 1 comparison video, film it, edit it, put it up, and then be done with those. I do need a walking mat because I stand in the garage going back and forth from the machine to my computer. Yeah, I know. And like, as I just sat down, I was like, oh, this chair is pretty comfortable. I can sit for a good second while I go live. I should be walking on a walking pad, but it is like so hot. And I put my hair down today and glued it. So, you know, there's all that. If I put it up, it'll get stuck up and then I'll be stuck up. Okay, so anyways, I just needed to be consistent and jump on. I am in the process of editing tons of videos so that I can have a lot of content coming your way. I do need to, oh, I already read that. So I don't know what I was going to say. Anyways, so be on the lookout for these sets if you want these glue guns. So, okay, the theme of September, always moving forward on Auntie Tay's world. We have October, you know, it's been a thing since a long time. September is going to be sewing September. Now, I know sewing is overwhelming to everyone, but have no fear because we are kicking off. I'm going to do it this year and I'm going to do it next year because I know that I can't show up the way that I want to this September because life is just, I'm in this transition season and I can't do all the things. I can do all the things, but I can't do them all right now. That's what Philippians 4:13 should be, right? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me in due time. Like, not all right today. But I will say, sewing September, I am doing no-sew sewing projects, which if you have seen Oz Tabor, that was actually my first October. It was Oz Tabor. Was it Oz Tabor or did I do, you know what I did? You know, I was not good at this yet. I did Oz October or Oz October. I did something. And I was like, I totally missed the boat to do Oz Tabor. And there may be some promos of some old stuff. I don't know. I was like, oh, I could repurpose that footage because of something fun we're doing. But I did Wizard of Oz costumes. And if you were to see the photos, you would not know I did not sew them. They are all no-sew. I did a no-sew Dorothy dress. I did a no-sew Tin Man dress. That dress was so cute. And I did the Cowardly Lion outfit, which was more her hair and makeup, but I did do like this cool tulle shirt thing, which is actually super fun way to dress up because you don't have to necessarily make a full costume. You can just do your hair and makeup, and then you can just get like a coordinating kind of like Disney bounding outfit. And maybe add some like fur cuffs and stuff. You don't have to like fully get in a lion outfit. And then I did, the Glinda. I did that's what sparked me into doing like all the princess dresses the next year. I was like, oh, tulle dresses are really cool and easy. And so I did every princess the next year. Every one of those is no-sew. I used hot glue for all of it. And that's why my specialty craft is hot glue. So I have been wanting a hot glue gun of my own for so many years. You guys have heard me talk about wanting to do it with ad tech, but Romec, I love their glue guns and I love these cordless glue guns. And so I will be releasing limited kits for them soon, but I do need to make the example. So there's going to be pink, blue, yellow, black. Is it black or is it gray? And then I'm pairing them with specialty mixes. And so while you might be like, I don't love yellow, yes, you do, because this mix is Belle inspired and it's one of my favorites. So anyways, my back is killing me. So I'm going to go film more content. I have tons of filming ideas all percolating in my head. If you don't know why that word makes me laugh, you have to watch CraftDayCon. You will know. I decided I can do all the things. I decided I can do all the things. Help decorate for my sister-in-law's baby shower, making sign, wall hangings, etc., and do a sewing project with my 2 kids and niece and nephews as a novice sewer, etc., etc. Okay, Rachel. Yes, you can. And if you are in a season where you can handle it, do it. I do not regret the seasons I pushed myself to the limits creatively, work-wise, like physical work-wise. If I was like, oh, I've got to do a ton of moving, a physical location or whatever, like I'm doing that right now with my mom's house, it's not going to kill me to paint my mom's house and do a crafting event. What will kill me is if I have a lot of unprocessed trauma and I'm trying to do all of that. So like, I'm just real. So there are going to be seasons where you can push through it all. Like I went to bed last night and I was like, I'm not even anxious, but I literally have an event in 2 weeks. I have an online event in 3 weeks. And then I'm trying to figure out if like I'm going to do a video every single day for October. And none of that overwhelms me because I'm in a season where this is really fun to me. I've got the energy. I get more energy the more I do it. So it's a win-win. I hopefully can lose a few pounds by actually moving my body some more. So, I could spend 2 hours in the gym every day, or I could go paint my mom's house and help her move, So do all the things, but survey your life. I actually just wrote I wrote the newsletter, was this week's newsletter? I think it's 2 weeks from now newsletter. I was just on a writing flow this morning. So I was like, you know what? I'll just put some of this in this week's and some of it in next week's. But I was like, I'm just going to pour it out here, like holidays, crafting, it can be a super fun time, but it can also be a super stressful time. And it can be also a very sad time for some people and hard time, overwhelming time. Well, it could be a joyous, energizing time, but it could also be that for you in 2 different seasons, like 1 year and another year. And I didn't know that until walking through the last 5 years. I remember in my 20s not understanding why people didn't like the holidays and being like, you are a curmudgeon, as my dad would have said. And I now get it because I've been a curmudgeon for the last few years in the holiday seasons. And this year I'm like, I might not have, a like humongous budget for giving everyone gifts this year, but I'm at least in the mood to make pies, and I haven't always been there. So I don't know. I just embrace the season you're in and give yourself grace if you are like, I can't do all the things right now. But also, what can you do? Push yourself to do something you can do, whether that means I need to just start going on walks every day because that's good for me. And there's nothing that says I shouldn't, unless you have a doctor telling you like you can't walk. It'll hurt you more. I don't know. I don't know where that went, but my back is hurting, so I'm going to stop sitting. And I will see you guys hopefully this week to show you guys how to cut some fabric with your Cricut. Hopefully it cools down a bit and I can do that. If not, I'm filming. I'm just going to film and edit some videos because the Wi-Fi won't go out if I do that. The heat won't bother me because I can just, I don't know. So anyways, I'll see some of you guys on Zoom today, okay? Love you guys. Oh, I read that. All right. See you guys. Bye.